what Jericho is? Jericho, the land that God promised the Israelites. The land that's flowing with milk and honey. A land flowing with milk and honey. Picture a waterfall flowing with milk and honey. Wouldn't you want to be there? Yes. Yes, so that's the promised land, right? We can find this story in the Bible. Show hands if you have your Bible. Where in the Bible do you think the story is? Stop playing with your hand. With your hand. Thomas?
Where is it again?
It is in the book of Joshua. So this story is in the book of Joshua. And the story is in Joshua chapter, anybody knows?
16.
It starts at Joshua chapter 2 and it ends at Joshua chapter 6, right? Good guess though. So if you can turn your Bible and let's go to Joshua chapter 2. You're right, keep your hand on. So that's where it's at.
I'm in Proverbs.
Find Joshua chapter 2 to chapter 6. And that is going to tell you the story of when Joshua led the people of Israel to the promised land. So, here I have Mr. Joshua. And he's known for one thing. He could fight. He was a soldier for the Lord, right? And he was determined to bring those people to the promised land. So, Jericho awaits us. God promised us this land. And we must send spies into the land to check it out. Joshua sent 2 men, 2 spies, into the land to go check the land out. These men found a woman, Rahab, in her house, who allowed them to stay with her. But the two spies of Jericho found out that there were spies from Israel. Spies from Israel, right? To find out where Joshua's spies were. So Jericho had a king, Dominic. And they found out where Joshua's spies were. And they ran to the king to tell the king that the spies are in whose house? Rahab's house. The king sent for Rahab. The king summons you, Rahab. Come to the king. Bring me the men that are staying with you. They are spies in our land and have come to search out the country. Do you think Rahab went home and got the men and took them to the king? No way! She hid them on the top of her roof, behind some stalks. So she hid them on the top of her roof. So the men went hiding Go through the back door and come and hide over here. And she hid them on the top of her roof behind some stalks, right? Like her harvest stuff, her things that she would plant and reap, right? She hid them behind those things. They waited patiently for her to return. Do you think while they were waiting, what do you think those spies did while they were waiting? They started to pray, right? They could have started to pray. Perhaps they were praying, asking God to keep them safe. Because now they've found out that the king has information that they're at Rahab's house. When the men came back to Rahab's house looking for the men, the king's spies, they did not find Joshua's spies. They were hiding on top of the roof. It was some men. Come Rahab, come out of the house. Rahab said, some men came to me, but I did not know who they were. It was really late, and the gate of Jerusalem was shut, of Jericho was shutting. When it was dark, the men left. I don't know where they went. Right? You must find them quickly. The men left from searching for the spies. So these men, when it got dark, they left. So they left because it was getting dark, and they went and they hid in the mountains. Rahab, before the men went and hid. Rahab realized now that the spies were searching for them, right? So Rahab went to her rooftop looking for the spies of Israel. She said to them, some men came to me. They were men of the king, and they were looking for Joshua's spies. All the people are afraid because of how the Lord dried up the water of the Red Sea for you to cross over the land of Egypt. We heard how God helped and destroyed 2 kings of the Amorites. As soon as we heard these things, we were all afraid, for we know that your God is the true God in heaven above and on earth below. I beg you, since I have shown you mercy and hid you in my house and did not turn you in for spying in our land, please spare my life. Promise me that you will save my father, my mother, my brothers, and my sisters, and you will deliver us from them. The spies of Israel answered her, saying, if you do not tell anyone about us, keep it quiet. When the Lord helps us to win this land, you and your family will be saved. Rahab was so happy that she let the man escape, letting them out through a cord in her window of her house. Over the town wall, go to the mountains and hide yourselves for 3 days. After that, the men came back to her house and go to the mountains. Hide yourself and hide there for 3 days. Then go back home, she directed them. The men shout back to Rahab, and the men said to her, when our army comes into the city, tie a scarlet rope in the same window that you let us escape. Bring your mother and your father and your brothers and sisters into the house with you. If you tell anyone, we will not be able to help you. I will do as you say, said Rahab. She he went back, and she found the scarlet robe. The spies of Israel went into the mountains, and they stayed there for 3 days. Just as Rahab had said, the spies of Jericho could not find them. When the spies of Israel felt it was safe enough, they went back to their own camp. Truly the Lord will deliver this land into our hands. They are all afraid of us, they told King Joshua. So come on, Kenyan and Rakesh, come. So they went back to Joshua. And they said to Joshua. So the spies came back to Joshua. Joshua's spies came back to him. And they said, truly the Lord will deliver this land into your hands. Tomorrow the Lord will do wonders among you, Joshua told them. So Joshua had some priests. And he asked the priests. So I need the priests to come now. 7 priests. Put your Bible down and come.
I am the first priest.
Yep. So these guys are Joshua's priests, right? Come on, Bill.
Come on. Fair.
You guys can go back and sit down. So these guys are Joshua's priests. And Joshua said to the priests, take up the ark of the covenant and pass over Jordan. Jordan is where the river is. So the priests and the ark went before the children of Israel. The Lord said unto Joshua, this day all the children of Israel will know that I am with you, just as I was with Moses, commanded the priests, and they carried the ark of the covenant to stand on the brink of the river Jordan, to stand still in the water. So this is the river. So the 7 priests are going to come and stand in the river. Stand right across here. This is the river. Stand in a straight line. This is the river that's flowing. Put it there. Come. Take that around. Or will I want you in the front? Bring front of Thomas. So the priests were supposed to stand in the river. Joshua told the people what God had told him. And it shall come to pass, as soon as the priests stand still in the water with the ark of the covenant, that the waters of Jordan will separate. And that is exactly what happened. Wouldn't that be an awesome sight? To see the waters separate and you would be able to cross over on dry land? The children of Israel walked across Jordan on dry land while the priests stood still with the ark. Once they all crossed, God spoke to Joshua, saying, take 12 men from every tribe and command them to take stones from the middle of Jordan and place them where you will sleep tonight. So Joshua called the men and told them what the Lord told him. These stones will always be a reminder for the generations to come that God separated the waters of Jordan for us to pass through on dry land, so that we might possess the promised land. The priests who carried the Ark of the Covenant stood still until they all finished passing through. As the Lord commanded Joshua, Joshua told them, and they came up out of Jordan. Joshua And the children of Israel stayed at a place called Gilgal. One day, Joshua was near Jericho. He lifted up his eyes and saw a man standing with a sword. So Joshua lifted up his hand and saw a man standing with a sword, right? And Joshua went to him and asked, "Are you for us or are you against us?" "I am neither. I am the captain of the Lord's host," the man said. Joshua fell down and worshipped him. "What does the Lord say to me?" Joshua asked. "Take off your shoes, for the place you are standing on is holy." So Joshua took off his shoes. "I have given into your hands the city of Jericho. Take all the men in your army and walk around the city once a day for 6 days. On the 7th day, send priests. They shall carry trumpets before the ark. On the 7th day, you will walk around the city 7 times. The priests will blow the trumpet. When they make a long blast with the ram's horn, and you hear the trumpet, tell all the people to make a great shout, and the walls of the city will fall down flat. So Arvin, you're going to go around the city. So only the men went behind the priest. So all the boys can come in the lineup and go around the city. We're going to go around the city 7 times. Come on, boys. Only the men went in the march. Okay, go. So they're going around the city, around the walls of Jericho, 1 time. You need to do it 7 more times. So that's just 1 time. Go behind the priest. So now we're going around the walls of Jericho 2 times. And guys, they were doing it quietly because the people of Jericho were so afraid. So we have to be very quiet. There. What's the layout? Go. 3 times around the walls of Jericho. That's 4 times. We have to do this 3 more times. And the people in the city, they were so quiet. Alia, they were very quiet because they were shocked. They were wondering, what are the Israelites doing? On the 7th time, all the priests, Joshua there with him. This is the 7th time. All of Joshua's priests are lined up. They're lined up and they're going to wait and be ready. They're waiting on Joshua to give them that command. And they're trumpet at the same time. How do you think the people of Jericho felt?
Scared.
Scared. But the only house that was left standing was whose house?
The king.
What's her name? Rahab's house. See, in her window, she did just as Joshua's spies said. She tied that scarlet cord into her window, into the same window that she let the spies down. And only her house was saved. Boys, you can sit right here. Just sit right here and sit right back. Amazing, isn't it? These spies, they were good spies. Why?
Because they helped someone.
Because they helped Joshua, right? They helped Joshua, and Joshua was able to take God's people into the promised land, right?
Yes.
So sometimes you can be a spy and you can be a good spy working for Jesus, right?
Yes.
Isn't that a nice story?
Yes.
Okay, give yourselves a clap.